Good morning, students. Today, those who have not attended live class, here is a video for you all as well as for the revision. Like you all know, we have started chapter number 8, How do organisms reproduce? And today we have done types of reproduction. So I just want to revise again what we have done earlier. We have discussed the process reproduction, that this is the process by which living organisms produce new individuals of the same species. That means this is the process by which living organisms produce copies of them all, and these copies may be exact or similar to them. And as we all know, reproduction is one of the life process, but it is not as compulsory as other life processes, because we all know reproduction, if not happens in any individual, that doesn't lead to death of that organism. Although reproduction is necessary for the survival as well as increase in the population of a species. That means if reproduction is not there, the population of that species, the population of that organism may be decreased or may even extinct. So if organisms do not reproduce, their population will decrease and species will be extinct. So reproduction, which is very important for the organisms to continue their species as well as for the survival, so we consider it as one of the life process. Now, do organisms create carbon copies of themselves? This also we have discussed earlier, that organisms which are lower, like hydra, like planaria, like unicellular organisms, as they carry out asexual mode of reproduction, which we are going to learn now, they create carbon copies. That means the new organisms are exact similar to the parent organism. But if we talk about higher organisms, if we talk about like human beings, in which sexual reproduction takes place, there is mixing of DNA between the cells. Therefore, the new cell which is formed after this fusion, which is formed after this mixing, always having some variations, some changes. Okay, so these are not carbon copies, but they are similar to the parents. Like we all look alike with our parents, or we all look alike, we all are human beings, we all belong to same species, but some of our features are different. Like maybe some of us are having good height, some may be having like dwarfism. So it's not like they are having so many differences, but some minor differences may take place, and these are what? Because of the changes that occur during reproduction. This is what the importance of variation, which allow us to survive in the existing environment. See, अगर ये changes ना हो तो क्या होगा? We won't be able to exist in changing environment, because as we all know, environment is changing, so we have to change with the environment. Otherwise the species, otherwise we or the organisms may extinct. This is what the reason of extinction of dinosaurs, because environment has changed that time, but they won't be able to change themselves. Therefore they have been extinct at that time. So variations, the changes which occur during reproduction, are very important for their survival. See, all of these things we have discussed earlier. Now today what we have done in the class is types of reproduction. So reproduction is of two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, this is the type of reproduction in which new individuals are produced from a single parent. So दिस इज़ अ टाइप ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन, ओनली वन पेरेंट इज़ इन्वॉल्व. यहाँ पर कोई मेल या कोई फीमेल या कोई मदर या फादर नहीं होता, ओनली वन पेरेंट, ओनली वन इंडिविजुअल इज़ देयर. एंड दिस एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन अकर मेनली इन लोअर ऑर्गेनिजम्स, लोअर सिंगल सेल्यूलर, या जिनका बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर बहुत सिंपल होता है. इट टेक्स प्लेस इन दोज ऑर्गेनिजम्स. सेकेंड टाइप इज सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, in which two individuals are involved, in which two parents are involved, out of which one is male and other is female. So these are the two types of reproduction. Depends on the body structure, depends on the complexity, These type of reproduction takes place in different organisms. Now let's discuss in detail about asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is of different types like fission, budding, regeneration, fragmentation, spore formation, vegetative propagation. So these are the different types of asexual reproduction, and these are the pictures of all of these types. Now let's discuss them in detail. Let's discuss first about fission. So fission, this is a kind of asexual reproduction in which a unicellular organism divides and forms two or more new individuals. So this fission is of two types, binary fission and multiple fission. Fission, literal meaning of fission is divide. Fission यानी टूटना, जिसमें आपका एक single celled organism. The point to be noted here is that the organisms which carry out fission, they are mainly unicellular. So unicellular organisms divide into two or more new cells या two or more new individuals. First is binary fission. Binary means two. So in this method, an organism divides and forms two individuals. First, the nucleus divides, then forms two nuclei, then the cytoplasm divides and forms two daughter cells. Daughter cells means new cells or new individuals. So look at the picture at the left corner. Picture number 1 is showing single celled organism. Here amoeba is showing. Now look at the picture number 2. First of all, the nucleus divides. आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर nucleus divide करना start कर रहा है. And look at the picture number 3. Nucleus has been divided into two nuclei. And fourth, after nucleus, cytoplasm starts dividing as well as cell membrane. Picture number 5. Almost two cells have been formed, and look at the picture number 6. Two cells have been formed from the single cell. So आपका binary fission में एक cell से दो cells बनते हैं. Okay. Now there is one more type of fission which is multiple fission. Multiple means many. In this method, one organism divides into many daughter cells. Now look at the here picture at the right corner. Again there is a nucleus at the center. This nucleus divides into many nuclei. आपका binary fission में एक nucleus से दो nucleus बन रहे थे. But here one nucleus divides into many nuclei. And slowly and steadily each nucleus is having its own cytoplasm and cell membrane. तो धीरे धीरे आपका हर nucleus के चारों तरफ cytoplasm और cell membrane division हो जाता है, and number of cells would be generated. So this is what multiple fission. एक से बहुत सारे cells का बनना. And this is the common example in Plasmodium, malarial parasite. We have read in class 9th also. Plasmodium, which causes malaria, multiplies or reproduce by the help of multiple fission. That's why आप देखते हैं कि मलेरिया अगर हो जाता है, so it takes time to get cured, because malarial parasite Plasmodium, it divides very rapidly. एक सेल से एक साथ बहुत सारे सेल्स में डिवाइड हो जाता है. So it spreads, it causes severe infection. Next is budding. Second type of asexual reproduction. In this method, a bud-like projection, an outgrowth, एक उठाव आपको parent body पर नजर आता है. Then the bud, then outgrowth develops into a new individual. And after maturing, the bud separates from the parent body and forms an independent individual. Now look at the left corner. यहाँ पर आपको मैंने दिखाया हुआ है hydra. Hydra with bud. So bud देख रहे हैं, outgrowth, एक उठाव नजर आ रहा है parent body पर. Then the bud starts growing. Look at the second picture. Then third, it keeps on growing. When it gets matured, it detaches from the parent body. जब ये बड़ा हो जाता है तो parent body से अलग हो जाता है. Now there is one more example, budding in yeast. This is the part of your experiments. आपकी lab manual का part है, budding in yeast. Now if you remember, yeast is single cellular fungi. So yeast, it also reproduce with the help of budding. आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर सिंगल सेल है, फिर से बड बन गई है, एक आउटग्रोथ नज़र आ रही है. देन थर्ड पिक्चर, बड ग्रो कर गई है. बट हेयर इज़ अ डिफरेंस, आपकी बड ग्रो करने के बाद डिटैच नहीं हो रही है. बड में से फिर बड, यानी बड वाला सेल बड़ा होता जा रहा है, बड़ा हो गया, वो डिटैच नहीं हुआ, उसमें से फिर एक और बड निकल आई. सो इट कीप्स ऑन गोइंग लाइक दैट. सो यहाँ पर इसे हम चेन बडिंग भी कहते हैं. अगेन दिस इज अ टाइप ऑफ बडिंग. सो बडिंग in hydra and yeast, these are the common examples. Next type is regeneration. This is again the type of asexual reproduction. In this method, a part of the body, if the organism if cut or broken, can develop into a new individual. That means regeneration क्या है? अगर आप इन organisms की कोई भी body part cut हो जाता है या टूट के गिर जाता है by somehow or by any reason, then it develop into a new individual. Now look at the left picture. This is the picture of planaria. Look at here. Planaria divides into 3 parts. Now these 3 parts give rise to 3 individuals. Again hydra. अभी हमने पढ़ा था hydra develops with the help of budding, but hydra also undergoes regeneration. So देख रहे hydra के 2 parts बन गए हैं. Each parts develop into 2 new hydra. दिस इज़ अबाउट रीजनरेशन. यानी दोबारा से जनरेट हो जाना. अगर कोई पार्ट मिस हो जाता है, अगर कोई पार्ट कट के गिर जाता है, देन इट स्टार्ट्स मेकिंग रेस्ट ऑफ द बॉडी पार्ट. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट लिजर्ड्स टेल. आपने सुना होगा जो आपकी लिजर्ड होती है उसकी जो टेल होती है वो भी रीजनरेट हो जाती है. दिस इज़ अ सेम फिनोमिना. थर्ड टाइप ऑफ एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इज फ्रेगमेंटेशन. दिस इज़ अ सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ लाइक asexual reproduction with the regeneration, but here is a very small difference that fragmentation occurs in multicellular organisms which are having fragmented body, जिनकी body like thread like होती है, लंबी fragments type. So fragmentation occur in those organisms. Here also the organism breaks up into smaller pieces and each fragment develop into new individuals. Means यहाँ पर कोई break नहीं हो रहा है, cut नहीं हो रहा है, but हर part अपने आप grow करना शुरू कर देता है, and that is what fragmentation. The example is Spirogyra. Spirogyra you must remember this is green algae. तो thread like structure होता है इसका. आप इसके parts देखेंगे septa. Septa is what? Separation means एक तरह से joint होता है. यहाँ से ये अलग हो जाता है joint पे से and it starts growing into new individual. So next type of asexual reproduction is spore formation, which mainly occurs in fungi and many of the algae. Spores, these are the cells which are having very thick wall, both resistant kind of structures होते हैं जो easily dead नहीं होते, जो easily destroy नहीं होते. They help these living organisms to survive for several years. We will do spore formation in detail next time. All of you just draw these pictures, draw these diagrams in your notebook, and I'm going to send assignment. Do that assignment in your notebook and read the chapter carefully. Thank you.